Funhouse. If you drive down Main Street, past the row of small shops and Old Man Carter's pharmacy, past the grocery store, and out beyond the edge of town where the houses sit further and further apart until there are no more houses, you'll come to a field. Local folks call it Adams Field, after Jedediah Adams, who's been dead a long, long time. That field just sits there at the side of the road. Acres of overgrown grass and dusty trails spreading out beyond the stone wall, broken fence, and the rusty old gate. When the wind blows, the keep-out sign hanging by one loose nail bangs against its cracked wooden post. No one in town knows who owns the field now. No one wants to know. There is a story about that cold and deserted ground. A story that's kept secret. A story that is whispered instead of told outright. Until now. It was late October when the wind blows cold and chills the bone. Orange and black Halloween decorations were hung in shop front windows. Cardboard skeletons, cats, and witches bared their wicked grins. Painted pumpkin faces leered from the windows of the elementary school. There were as many leaves on the ground still clinging to the trees. Fall had arrived, and fall was always the same. High school football games, kids wrecking the piles of leaves their fathers had so carefully raked. Fall was always the same. Until that one Friday afternoon, when the Watterson twins, Mark and John, two rowdy, good-looking blonde boys, came skidding into the school parking lot on their mountain bikes and made an announcement no one could believe.
Hey guys, there's a carnival set up out in Adams Field. What do you say? Let's go.
Come on, Mark. You and John are always trying your stupid practical jokes.
Listen, Freckleface, I'm not kidding.
Don't call me Freckleface. My name's Tracy.
Well, how about Red or Carrot Top?
Leave her alone, Mark. Tell us about this phantom carnival you think you saw.
I saw it too, Carla. Mark's not lying.
You, Julie, and Tracy can come with us if you want. We're gonna go tonight. What do you say?
Well, I'll have to ask permission.
Me too.
You have to ask Mommy and Daddy even on Friday.
Well,
That's the rules. Come on.
That day in school, the word spread. Everyone made plans to see for themselves. And that night darkness seemed to come early. Parents all over town handed out allowances and bundled their kids into jackets. Then everyone headed out to the mysterious carnival.
This is great. What do you want to try first, Tracy? The Ferris wheel?
I don't know. There's just so much to choose from.
Hey, did you guys see that?
See what? What are you talking about?
I don't know. Some kind of shadow near the tent with the fortune teller.
Yeah, right. I thought I saw it too.
Don't let Mark get to you, Trace.
Tracy, are you shaking? Are you okay?
I'm just kind of chilly.
Let's try the tilt-a-whirl.
Nah, I'm gonna take Tracy to the fortune teller. Unless she's chicken.
I'm not chicken, please. But you'll have to come in with me.
Okay, we'll catch up to you guys at the fun house. See
Bye,
you
see
later.
you guys later.
Bye, Carla.
Come on, Freckleface, I'll race you.
Wait up, and don't call me Freckleface.
Here it is. Wow, it's pretty spooky. Check it out. Fortunes told, destinies revealed.
It's just a carnival attraction, Mark.
Let's go inside.
So, you have come for a reading, young lady.
No, not me. My friend Mark wants to go first because...
Silence, child! It is you I will read and no other. Now sit.
Well, okay.
Now, that's a good child. Let me see your left hand. Turn it over and place it in mine so I can see your palm. So soon, so soon! You have been chosen! You are the one!
Chosen? Chosen for what?
Yeah, lady. Chosen for what?
You must go. Now! Now!
Mark, let's get out of here.
Now that was definitely weird. What's on your hand that made her say those things?
I don't know.
Let me see your palms. Hey, they're all smooth. There are no wrinkles, no lines, no fingerprints.
What? What are you talking about? Of course there are. Oh my gosh. What's happening to me? I've never been like this before. We better go home. Please take me home.
Okay. Let's go find the others.
Mark, Tracy, we're over here by the fun house.
I don't like the look of that funhouse, Mark. It's giving me the creeps. I think it's laughing at us.
Yeah, it must be 40 feet high. And that huge laughing clown head looks like it's the way in. Too weird.
Hey guys, look at all these ugly faces painted on this side. They look like sideshow freaks.
And the painted faces over here are all of kids like us. What's really eerie is that they look almost real.
Come on, let's go inside.
I don't know, Julie. I think we should leave.
Gee, Trace, just take a look inside, then decide. Look, you go in through the clown's open mouth. The ramp is like his tongue. Ew, it's all squishy and gross.
Come on, Tracy, look. Carla went in. I'll follow you. Just step on the clown's big tongue.
Okay, I'll do it. Here goes.
That was way cool, just as Tracy stepped on his tongue.
Tracy, you okay?
Me? Of course I'm okay. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Freckleface, you sure you're okay? You look different.
I'm fine, Mark. Really fine. Never better, in fact.
Carla, I think Tracy might be sick. Look at her eyes. And look at the way she's smiling. It gives me the creeps.
What are you all waiting for? It's time to go in.
One by one, the kids walked up the steps, designed to look like the clown's tongue, into the funhouse. Tracy followed the rest, the grin never leaving her face. They found themselves in a room full of mirrors. Julie and John were reduced to Tweedledee and Tweedledum in front of one. Carla was way ahead, crossing through a rolling barrel to the next room. Mark turned away from his reflection, a huge head with a 6-inch body, to look for Tracy. Tracy suddenly found herself in the mirror maze. She thought she was following the others, but she must have taken a wrong turn near that rolling barrel. She could hear Mark calling her somewhere to her left, but the sound was growing fainter now. No matter which way she turned, she ended up in a dead end. She stumbled forward, desperately searching for a way out. Fear was becoming her companion. Through the dim light, she could see a reflection in one of the mirrors. A hideous face, skin peeling, eyes bulging, hair crawling with worms. As she drew nearer, it began to reshape. She closed her eyes, and when she opened them again, she was staring into her own face. She screamed and turned to run, but another mirror loomed in front of her, and another gruesome face stared back at her, one that slowly evolved into her own likeness again. She screamed again, but all she heard was her own hollow echo. Slowly, very slowly, it began to darken. In the foul-smelling mist, strange, terrifying shapes were forming around her. Oh, were they real, or a product of her distorted imagination? Her breathing became labored as panic engulfed her. A chill ran through her, and the beating of her heart was like a drum. It was now completely dark, blacker than she had ever experienced. Oh, she felt rather than heard. The evil thing that forced her to her knees, her nails screeching on the mirror as she collapsed. She made one last desperate scream. When it died, the last thing she heard was a ghostly voice that whispered, "You have been chosen." Mark had seen Tracy enter the mirror maze. He had also seen the shadow that lurked behind her. He suddenly remembered what that ugly fortune teller had said. "You have been chosen." He knew then that he must stop her from continuing through the maze. He had a feeling something terrible would happen to her. Oh, he had already passed through the rolling barrel, and now he turned to retrace his steps. But when he entered the barrel a second time, it began to rotate faster. Mark's feet flew out from under him, and he fell. The barrel continued to accelerate, flipping him over and over, moving too fast for him to stand or even crawl.
Help me! Help me! I'm not kidding around!
Did you hear that, Julie? It sounded like Mark. Maybe the three of us should check on him.
Are you kidding? He's just playing one of his practical jokes. John, you can tell your brother we didn't fall for it.
I don't think he's joking. I'm gonna go look for him.
Help me! Help me!
Look, there he is. Give me a hand. We've got to pull him out. Come on, guys, help me.
Where's Tracy?
Yeah, where's Tracy, you guys?
She was chosen. She was chosen. She was chosen.
Carla and John dragged Mark outside. Ooh, they hadn't realized how late it had gotten. The midway was mostly empty, and the lights on the rides had been turned out for the night. Julie ran for help, and soon several of their parents were running toward the funhouse. Moving in groups, the adults searched the funhouse, calling out for Tracy in every room. But they didn't find her. Some headed out into the field with flashlights, while others searched every ride and every booth at the carnival. When Mark told them how he and Tracy had been planning to leave the carnival, Tracy's parents hurried home to see if she was there. People looked all night, until the first slivers of the sun lit Adams Field. But Tracy was nowhere to be found. The next day, flyers were everywhere. The word "missing" at the top in big letters, with Tracy's picture beneath. The sheriff drove out to the field early in the morning to find the carnival owners, but the carnival had moved on. Nothing but popcorn bags and ticket stubs littering the ground remained of the carnival. It vanished as quickly as it appeared, and never returned. Tracy vanished too, and no one ever saw her again. Miles away, on another autumn night, in another small town, parents are zipping up their children's jackets and piling into cars to drive to a carnival. To everyone's delight, the rides have gone up overnight. The bright lights and music beckon them through the gates. And at the end of the midway sits a fun house. It's 2 stories high, and its metal facade is brightly decorated with clowns and cartoons depicting sideshow freaks, and with the painted faces of laughing children. Faces that look almost real. No one in this town recognized the children's faces. But there are people who would. On this night, between the face of a boy with horn-rimmed glasses and a girl with a ponytail, there is the face of a smiling girl with bright red hair and freckles. The entrance to the funhouse, of course, is the mouth of a giant clown's head, bright red and grinning. Forever grinning.